out here in the country, out here in this particular country where we're at, it's estimated that before settlement, people were living out here for over 1,000 years. Talking about earthworks in this one. Come on. Now, I'm in East Texas in the Piney Woods, just outside of Mineola, Texas. Right down the road is Lake Holbrook. I just came up out of there. We're talking about the Caddo Indians. That's what we're talking about. That's who was here. We can't go over here because of this, right? It's private. But we can look. This looks like an earthwork. However, there are no recorded, like officially recorded Indian mounds in this immediate area. However, there are officially recorded ones in East Texas, and some of those are quite monumental. Now, the Caddo were mound builders, and they built them big and they built them small. They built them out in the open and they built them in the woods. But what we're looking at right here might not be what they built. It might be what we built, because there was a railroad coming through here, and I think some of this might be, an old timer told me this area right in here, the way you see it, is associated with the railroad. So what we're looking for are mounds that have a flat top, but they might not appear that way right now. So there was a lot of them, right? Like a lot, because we're talking about a huge chunk of time they were here. Forced removal wasn't until 1840. So it's estimated that a large amount were destroyed by farming and erosion. There is a possibility that we have earthworks in my immediate area here in Wood County, right around Mineola, because they had settlements all along the Sabine and the Natchez, because we're in the heart of the ancestral lands of the Caddo Indians. And a lot of things have been found around here, especially down in the refuge, the Mineola Refuge, Nature Refuge, and right around here around Lake Holbrook. And there's some suspicions that there might be some mounds in Holbrook. It's just suspicions. We are not getting on the boat today to do that. It is windy, so we're not doing that, but we will in the future. But yeah, look at this. So what we're doing today is geographical archaeology, amateur style. Can't go over there, wish we could. But I think this might possibly not be from Indians. When I look at this on the satellite, it's hard to see anything because of the trees, right? So you got to come out here and we got to look at the land. We got to step back onto the road here and look at what we see. We see this ridge where we were just looking, what is possibly a mound or a railroad bed, and flat on top, but see how it's long shape? It's going off that way, almost parallel on the road after that curve there. And we look back there and we got something similar. Now, it's also possible that we're looking at natural features. A lot of times people get confused by natural features, thinking that it's man-made. That could be eroded, that could be natural, but it's been changed by man. Because if you look right here, you see this tree, and then you look right there, I'm cutting in, I'm zooming in. Look at that. What is that, a well? What is that? And we see right here this gully coming down. That is natural, but let's walk down this way. I think the bike is all right there. You can see what I'm walking to right there. If you watch my fishing channel, you've probably seen this before. This is technically a part of Lake Holbrook right here on the other side of the fence line, right? but you can't fish that. You can't throw anything over that fence. You get a ticket for theft of property, but there's a little culvert that connects. It's shallow, but you can see that gully I was just pointing out comes to right here, so that's a natural drain. Yeah, this is New Year's Day 2026. People been doing stuff around here for a very long time, before and after settlement. You can see something from the past right there, some block right in there as I cut in and zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. You see that right there? Look at that. There's all kinds of things like that around here. Just because you do a Google search and it says there's no officially known earthworks in Mineola doesn't mean they were never here. They could still be here and just undiscovered or unrecorded officially, right? There could be one around here that old timers know about, but nobody ever officially inspected it, investigated it, right? It's just there off in the woods. Well, we go into an area that could hold a lot of secrets. We're going to the bottoms, baby. And I want to go there a lot. I do a lot of fishing down there, but there's a lot down there. And that's where we're going. And that's where we will continue to be going for this earthworks search. Will we find any? I don't know. But we are sure to find a lot of things. Things that have occurred maybe back then and since then. Because there's certainly been a lot occurring in the world. Yeah, you're right. Come on. I'm not in the river bottoms yet. I'm just cruising there. And as you cruise around and you look at these pastures and this property. All right. Hey, hold on. What's up?
On the river?
Yeah. Friend of mine wanted to see exactly where I was going, so if I'm unaccounted for, he knows where to search. Anyway, as you cruise around here, you see things off in the distance that appear to be mounds. Sometimes they're stock tanks and the sides of them are just built up and they're holding water, right? Or they're not. But yeah, if there was an Indian mound like right off the road you could easily see, I couldn't explain why it's never been officially recorded. So it's highly likely we're not going to see any undiscovered mounds right from the road. They're going to be hidden. And as I say that, I'm quite aware that things can be hidden in plain sight and just no one ever thought about it. It's just not highly likely. So these mounds had three purposes: temples, buildings, you know, that you might live in, and burial for elites, just like burial mounds, like earthworks in the UK and across Europe. I don't think we're going to find anything as colossal as a hill fort, but we might find something small, because they small, medium, large is how they built them. And I'm just waiting for some traffic. Let's get into the bottoms. We're almost there. We're adjacent. What are you doing? Why are you up here? It's busy up here. You lost? You got a collar. Go home. Come on, light work. Yes, well, that's good enough, I guess. Could work better, but... Well, I never got a chance to get down to the river bottoms to look for earthworks, but we will. As you may know, I ended up having to rescue a dog from a busy intersection that appears somebody dumped that dog, right? And so now I'm up here at my shop with a dog running around. Well, at least he's safer up here and I can feed him up here. And if he's a decent country dog, he can stay off the leash up here, and because he can't come inside. I got two dogs in there and I would not be too happy about that. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, We'll do some more earthwork searches in the near future. But right now, I'm gonna feed a dog. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being members of the channel, and yeah, you're right. Stop dumping dogs, people. I know you guys aren't doing it, but somebody is. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for watching.